Hello YouTubers. I want to show you what I've done by installing an indirect water heater, and this indirect water heater right here that saved me $60 per month. And this this is the indirect water that I've installed, and I've used it since fall, and we're in the winter months now, and then in the early spring I'll use it, and maybe towards the late spring or summer I'll turn it off and get that look like a grayish or tan color. That's the right there. That's the electric water heater. Now don't worry about the blue one. I live in the country, so that's for my well pump to pressurize it. That blue one there. So I'm gonna tell you about how I save about $60 per month by installing this indirect water heater that I brought from a house that I purchased to flip, and I removed this indirect water heater and I brought it here. I'll show you. Maybe I could go close and show you what I've done. So if it works for me. I'm not saying what everybody should do that, but it saved me $60 a month. That's about $60 times 12, 10. So you're looking at about $1,000 or $1,200 a year, roughly in the vicinity of that. That's a lot of money savings. Okay, let me go close up and show you the plumbing of what I did. All right, now this, I removed the thermostat. There is no thermostat control in it. The thermostat for this guy here is this guy sitting here. I remove it. So there is no thermostatic control. I tapped this pipe here. This is the main return. I have about 4 zones up in my house, 3 bedrooms, plus the living rooms. So all of them return. This is the main return. There, all the pipes connected, and the return comes in here, and then it goes into this. See, it goes down there into the oil boiler connection right there. So I tap it, put a T and a half-inch T here. This is maybe 1.25 inches, and put a valve here. And this return, at the moment I'm heating with wood now, so this return comes in, goes into the coil. The heat exchanger heats up the cold water that comes in here, and the cold water then from here, the return, the pipes are on the other side, so it's probably hard to show you that. So it hits the water in here. The hot water in here will come up from here as hot, and it will go into the cold side of this electric water heater. So let me just show you. Okay, so this one goes in. It doesn't mix with the water inside. Just in case for those people who doesn't know, it doesn't mix. This domestic water plus this water doesn't mix. It's just a heat exchange. The hot water heats up the body of water in here, and the hot water comes from here, and it goes into the inlet of the electric water heater on the cold side. So this goes in, and then it comes out. It comes, once it comes, go to the heat exchanger, it comes up, and it goes into this pipe in here. I put in this pipe here, and it goes down, and this is the main return. Goes inside in here, and goes into this boiler. Okay, so you don't want to shock your boiler. In this case, this wood boiler, and this oil boiler, and this wood boiler. You don't want to shock it. So you got to put a T here you see this is the from the oil boiler or whatever boiler you have. It goes up, and this goes to supply all your baseboards for the tea, and this tea would come in, and whatever return you have mix and goes into the boiler so it doesn't soak. So this is the one that comes from the indirect water heater. The one down here, this goes into my wood boiler. It goes like this. It goes in here. There's a circular pump at the back. So you pump the water in here, get heated. At the moment I'm heating it with wood. So you can see there's wood right here. It heats it with wood, and then the wood hot water comes up into this one here. It goes into here. It goes, you see it comes down in here and goes, and then it goes up. So whenever you do it, make sure it is tapped right on the top. So part of this hot water heat that comes and mixed with the cold returns. That's pretty much it. So the domestic water that is heated, you see the pipe that comes, it goes in this way. I just connect it this way. Comes and it goes on the cold side here. Cold side in, and it goes out as hot and supplies the domestic hot water to the house. That's pretty much it. For the oil boiler, I cut it off. So there's a coil in here, but the coil wasn't working. I flushed it out a lot. I tried muriatic acid a number of times and it doesn't work. So it looks, the cost of this coil is about the same as maybe about $50-$60 different of the coil cost and this electric water heater same. So I just settled with the electric water heater, and it really helped save me a lot of money, because electric water heater is pretty much off most of the time. Just in case of emergency, I get it on. Other than that, I use the hydronic water to heat it, or I just heat it up. And when you go on vacation or travel on the road, I just turn the circuit breaker, the 30 amp circuit, off. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Okay, maybe let me show you the plumbing aspect of it. I think I've shown you the plumbing already. Oh, okay, the other thing I forgot, this valve here, you have to find a sweet spot. Okay, this type of valve is in here. An example is this one here, but this is a 3/4 valve. That one up there is 1/2 inch. When I'm heating with wood, at the moment it's fully turned on, so it's full, you see here, with wood. I'm using wood now here, this wood. So I open the whole valve is fully turned. So you see here, it's full. This way is tight, left is loosey. Now for oil, I turn it all the way down, and then open it 1, 2 turn. Because the oil, it comes really hot, so you don't want the water to be heated here, and it'll overflow into this through the pressure relief valve. That's pretty much it. Or maybe I'll show you how I with the oil. So you see with the oil, just 2 turn, and you can see the little like a crescent shape. So it just maintain hot water. Most of the months I use wood, so but it's you who's gonna find a sweet spot. If you duplicate what I'm doing or modify and do whatever you want, Again, I'm passing this information because it helped me, and it saves me not $60 per month for the electric water heater bill, which is about $1,000. Okay, let me show you the rough plumbing drawing of what I did in here. Again, no thermostat control. So even there is no thermostat, so you don't consume electricity, and an unnecessary call for water, hot water. This is important to have a pressure relief valve and manipulate. This valve up there is very important. So you find a sweet spot so that it will keep this water just enough, right, for you to use the domestic hot water. Okay, let's see the drawing. Okay, here's the rough drawing. This is the indirect water heater here. You can see this return from the house, hydronics heating base port. This return, and I put in a T here, 1/2 inch, that connect to the 3/4 pipe in here, and it goes into the heat exchanger. You see the water goes in here. This body of water doesn't mix with this body of water, so it hits this. The cold water comes in, it gets heated. In the indirect water, it goes into the cold side of the electric water heater, and then it goes up when we use hot water. That's how it goes up. So that's how it's heated here, and then send it to this container here, and it goes. So in the event of anything, maybe, and we don't have water, I have this container of water to use. I have this container to use if there's power blackout or something is wrong. All right, okay, so that's that. That's another point. But at the moment, I'm trying to talk to you about the indirect water heater that's here. So it comes in, go to this heat exchanger, heat this body of water, it goes in, if you see it goes and connected to this pipe, that pipe that comes up from this main hydronic heat that goes out. Tapping in here, so some of this heat, the heated water going out to the base port will go in here, come and mix with this or this return, and goes back into the boiler, so you don't soak the boiler. I also have the wood boiler that's connected in here somewhere. That's pretty much the rough drawing of what I did. So this is where the heat is going to boil up this boiler, oil boiler, and send it up. All right, that's what I did. One maybe a precautionary advice. I'm not trained. I have no plumbing training, and I have no home heating training. I grew up in a warm climate before coming here, and I'm just giving advice of what happened. I'm basically trained in the field of medicine, but all this plumbing is pretty much the same in the field of medicine. We deal with pressure systems. You have high pressure, you have arterial systems, and a low pressure, you have venule system, and then the intermediate pressure system, which is the lymphatic system. But other than that, if you know how to do a few technical things, you should be able to put together a thing like this. But do it at your own risk. Now, I know this part is out of code, and I tell my family if I die, they just cut this one off, and it's back in code. Remove this, just remove this. I have just remove this plumbing, maybe sell this, take this one out, all the piping, and just connect the cold water back in here. Well, I have already connected. I have a valve somewhere here that comes in, so they can cut this pipe out and sell it, and it should be back to gold. I remember. All right, I hope this is helpful. Take care and bye bye.